What's going on, Old State fam, and welcome to Recurve Bowie Part 1. Now, if some of the OGs of this channel remember, about a year ago I was making a Recurve Bowie for my brother for his birthday present. Needless to say, I never finished it. Yeah, there's a story that goes along with that. So when I was testing it, this was not hard, so this part actually had to get ground down more. And I don't know if you can pick it up on camera, but it has a couple warps in it, and this is my first time ever hand sanding a knife, so it was just all around a piece of trash basically. So, and I had a 1x30 at the time, and this was running over the like an 1.5 inch platen I had over it, so I did not have the machine capability, if you want to call it that, to get this done. Then got the 2x72 about 4 months ago, and then finally got the workshop rebuilt. Was it last month? I think it was. So about the beginning of this year, I had forged out this doohickey right here. The forging process went fairly well. It got a little too thin for my liking, but I think I could squeeze it by. So off camera, I was working on it, and yeah, you can see how thin that is. It got down super thin, and I am not comfortable with that big of a knife being less than an 1/8 inch thick. So this will be the third retry on this knife. I was messing around with the forging ideas in my head. I'm hoping the new way will get me enough material in the spine. I will be using a farrier's rasp again, and so my thinking was only condensing this part a little bit, bending it down, and then draw out the metal right here. So say I take this right here for the handle, I can spread that out a little bit, and then this part right here will be for here, and then all I gotta do is condense this a little bit, turn it out, and then draw out my bevels right here, cut in my tip, and I think I should be good. I got 2 tanks of propane, should have plenty of fuel for this, and it's kind of nice being out of the shop and being out in the green again, in the outdoors. Y'all haven't seen the outside in a long time, probably 3 months since I've actually made a video outside in my yard. So that's pretty cool. Other than that, I think that's enough of me talking. So, but other than that, guys, that is enough of me talking. So, as always with this channel, let's get into some time lapse. Alrighty guys, we are back in the shop, and the forging is hopefully all done, and this hopefully is the last one I have to make. I did trace on the tip from this guy onto this guy. I just really like the way that tip is. So as you can kind of see, it kind of fades that way. So I'm gonna grind this guy first right there, and then slowly grind this part away. This thing is nice and thick, so we should have plenty of mass to grind away. And I am gonna cut it right here. So it's gonna be about a 5-inch handle, 5 inch, 5 1/4 inch handle, I think is what it came out to. And I'm gonna use like 3/16 pins. Might do 3 or 4 of those, not sure yet. But that is all I'm gonna do on that guy today. I gotta switch over to another video. I will see y'all hopefully tomorrow. Alrighty, so don't know what I last said. That was a couple days ago, and I do apologize. I was not in the best of moods when I was filming that. For some reason, I was a little down. But today is a lot better, mainly because I got up about an hour ago at like 2 o'clock it was or something like that, and it's currently 3:28. So I had a good solid 12 hours of sleep. So I am feeling a whole lot better and all that stuff. So again, I apologize if I seemed a little down and just blech. But other than that, I think my brother is coming over today. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started grinding on this guy. So I wanna get this tip reformed. I wanna get all of this cleaned up, all the edges cleaned up and all of that good stuff. This, I think, will be becoming a really, really cool knife. Also, this thing flips very, very well. Like, this thing is so cool. I'm halfway tempted to ask him if I can leave this on here because I think that would be really cool having a skull crusher. I did this for a friend of mine. It was actually one of my first knives that I did out of a farrier's rasp. It was stock removal, so I didn't forge it, I just ground it. And I left this on there as a skull crusher. I got it down to a point and everything, and that was a really cool feature. So I'll ask him about that, but for now, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the tip of this thing and all that good stuff. Damn. Look how like thick that piece of metal is. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why I forged down so thin on the last 2 ones, because I had a 1x30 and I didn't feel like grinding a lot. So I think that's why I forged down so thin. But since I got the hog over there, forging then doesn't really matter anymore. So it shouldn't take too long to get this tip reformed. And I'm thinking of a lot of dirty jokes I can say right now. So, other than that, guys, I do believe that is it. Sorry if when I'm talking there's a lot of rain noise. It is currently dark and gloomy outside. But anyways, I apologize for this. Let's go ahead and get going into the time lapse. Alrighty, it's been about an hour or so. I have it all ground up, and we are gonna keep the little skull crusher on the end of it, most likely. Man, this is gonna be a really nice knife. And then went ahead and got that all cleaned up, that corner right there, because this is gonna have a guard on it. As y'all have seen already, it's gonna be something like that, but the top is probably gonna be as long. Three brass pins, and then those are gonna be about 3/16 inch, 3/16 inch. But other than that, guys, I gotta jet out of here because of church, so I will see you most likely, so I will see y'all tomorrow. Hey, it is the next day, Old State fam. My brother really liked this. I think I have mentioned we are gonna keep the skull crusher. So a lot of people like that one. And then another knife project I'm gonna be working on is this guy. So when I get this all ready for heat treat, when this is all ground up and ready for heat treat, I'm gonna grind this guy up as well so I can heat treat it at the same time so I don't waste propane and stuff like that. So, but the next thing I gotta do is mark out my bubbles, and I wanna get my edge in line before I heat treat it in case it does warp. God forbid it does. It shouldn't, but if it does, I'll actually know that it was straight before and I can tell if there's a warp in it or not. So I'm gonna mark out my bubbles, start grinding my bubbles, and yeah, we'll go from there. Dang, this thing's gonna be nasty. And if you're wondering, I am gonna quench the tip of this. So, but how I'm gonna do that is I'm just gonna heat it up with the torch, and then dunk it in the oil, so that way I don't ruin the temper on the rest of the blade. But I think that's enough of me talking. So, as always with this channel, guys, let's get into some more time lapse. Alrighty, so it's been 20, 30 minutes, something like that since I last, no, 40 minutes since I last talked to y'all, I think. I've done a couple things since then. Other video projects. Other than that, so I forgot to take care of something before I started the bevels that I kind of forgot about. So, and this part right here, right there, right? So I had some 36 grit scratch marks going this way, which was not good. So this was actually inset, this part was inset than the rest, so it was a thinner diameter. So then I had to regrind the flat, which is this part, flat, this part's the bevel. Flat, meet bevel. Get along, look nice. Anyways, so I reground that flat and it does look better. Spine seems to be pretty okay. I might have to thin out the point a little bit to make it all look symmetrical. I don't know if I'll be able to actually make it look good on camera. So this is at the beginning of the handle, I believe. That right there. And it's a little bit bigger up at the point. So yeah, so I gotta thin out that front half a little bit more. Make it all look good. So I just gotta do a little bit of that, and then I think I'll be good. So, but I also kind of shot myself in the foot with forgetting about that with this part right here. So when I heat treat this, I have to bring this over some more. Hopefully it doesn't screw up too much. It is thinner than I would like it, but beggars cannot be choosers. This side came out pretty well. This side also did come out pretty well, and then I had that little mishap. So I just gotta thin out that front half a little bit tomorrow, and then I can heat treat this guy along with this knife over here for a friend. So, but that is it for this video, y'all. Got a little bit of redecoration up in here, but you're gonna find out the process on that Thursday, that's when that video comes out. So that is it for this part. Thank you for watching, Old State fam, and please remember, Jesus always loves you, I love you, and if you're a true American patriot, God bless you. Other than that, guys, please have a freaking fantastical day.